Hello, welcome to our third installment of Fittings and You. It's a in-game character named Morguetheft, and I have some fun ships. We're going to talk about the faction Navy Frigates, the older ones today. Got several fits lined up. We'll start with the good old hookbill. This is not a super commonly seen fit, but it's one of my favorites personally. Got you can actually dual MASB a hookbill. It's kind of like a mini Hawk. It's kind of expensive because you can run a meta 3 here instead of the meta 4 damage control. It's really a tight fit. As you can see, you don't have a whole lot left over. Let's see here. 170 DPS and dual tank. Thank you. I do like that. Let's see here. Moving on. Let's see the next. This is a very common fit here. Tracking disruptor. Gonna see this a lot. And it's really strong against turret-based ships, Hamar, and blasters, Galente and Caldari. And also effective against other stuff, but you also have the option of putting a dual web here if you just want to control your range, because you can, blasters aren't going to be able to shoot you if you're out at your max, like 8.5 kilometers or 9, especially if you're orbiting a little bit. It's a good ship, hookbill. It suffers from some fitting issues. It lacks power grid and CPU to get a proper fitting. It's not really the most popular of the Navy frigates, to be honest. I consider it maybe third best, with the Comet, of course, being on top. I have a third fitting, and you won't see this very often because it's not really all that great. The hookbill's not super agile, and it doesn't really kite that well, even though you have pretty decent speed. But yeah, this is like a long point TD fit. You don't have stability, but you got 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So if you pulse occasionally, you're gonna pretty much be stable. You get a nice range, like a 55 kilometer range and 114 DPS. Your volley damage is really fun with this. It's kind of almost like an arty feel. I've actually had fun in this fit. It's pretty good on fleets too. Just your range makes it really nice. You don't have any problem hitting drones either. Alright, let's see, we'll move on to the comments. Comments are the current king of the Navy frigates, and frankly they're just strong in general. I've seen people in comments kill Omen Navy issue cruisers and other Navy issue cruisers. They are really overpowerful, and I don't think CCP wants to touch where they're at because of their popularity. But I mean, you get 3 drones, 252 DPS before heat, with faction ammo. The hull tank here. This really makes the Comet very powerful. You're gonna get off all your reps with this armor ripper here, and it'll boost your hit points a lot, and generally this will let you get out of the battle or outlast your opponent, make it back to the gate, just all kinds of things. So see, move on. Second fitting. This is the top fitting for the Comet. It's the AB scram web and rails. You can't hardly kite this ship because it has superb tracking. They can load long range and track you, and then they just send their warriors after you, and it's extremely difficult to kite the real Comet. This is probably the most popular fitting. It's just so durable and versatile. You can engage almost any ship. I mean, even the new Tech Team destroyers. It's just mind blowing what all the Comet can engage. you're really looking for a ship to just kind of dominate and feel good in, I suggest the AB Rail Comet. Alright. The third fitting is the Kiting Comet. You don't have cap stability. That's alright, because you got cap charges. You got like 44 of them. 45, count this one. You're getting 180 DPS, and rails, especially with the faction ammo, track really well. Oddly enough, I don't have the right ammo selection here. You need to run thorium. That'll let you orbit comfortably at about 17.5 kilometers and do your DPS. You can still hit with this. You can see the fall offs in the range. So, I mean, faction ammo is good, but I do prefer to run thorium. Got some agility rigs, collision rigs, fast shooter, and a little more rep. It's a pretty fun fit. You always want to use Tech 2 Disruptor because there's a huge range difference there. Alright, moving on. I only have one fit for the slicer. It's really... This is my popular choice to fitting for it. I got it from a good friend of mine, and it's always worked great for me. A lot of people run double nanos, but he instead runs a tracking script and a low friction nozzle. Let's see, an accelerator and a coordinator, and I just have had really good luck with this particular fitting. It just never misses. You can two-shot light drones pretty easy with it. You do have a little bit of cap stability issues. That's pretty inherent in all MR ships. I mean, if the fights really drag on, you're gonna have to bail. Just try to really manage your where you're at on the grid, and if you're having to do like a lot of cycling on this, you might just want to go ahead and overheat and get the max you can out of it, because you're eventually gonna run out of cap and be forced off grid. That's just how the slicers are. But if you can kill your enemy before then, that's kind of your goal. It's kind of a race to see if you can kill them before you run out of cap. That's kind of the goal on the slicer. And in some engagements, you're going to want to charge straight in and switch to multi-frequency. I wouldn't use conflag unless you're shooting at a cruiser. But yeah, like the kiting Tristans and a lot of the other kiting ships, you have a hard time trying to keep shooting them at range, so you just kind of fly straight into them or orbit them at like 500 or 1000 or something, and just blap them with multi-frequency, and that's always worked pretty well for me. Okay, I think I said enough about the slicer. What else we got? I've got the Firetail. Got 3 fittings for it. Most common is your 280 mm howitzer. Already fits with a dual web. And of course you can get really great tracking if you're reducing their speed this much, and you're gonna have pretty much no problem getting your range. Oddly enough, you can't really fit a Tech 2 AB. You have to fit the Tech 1, so be careful on your heat with this, but if you manage it properly, you shouldn't have no problem with your webs. You should you have lots of optimal within 15 kilometers, so you can just comfortably get out to like 7.5 or 8. And if you want to overload your point, 8, but I would stick with 7.5 kilometers. And you just kind of sit there at range and overload, and you usually will kill most frigates in 3 or 4 shots, depending on how the tank. Comets are going to give you a hard time because of the hull tank, and they have really good range application. So yeah, you might want to avoid comets, but you can kind of engage everything else. Hook bills will also give you a bit of a fit because they're going to be in your range, doing pretty good damage to you. Moving on. Alright, this is another fitting. It's probably maybe second most popular fitting. You got smaller artillery guns. You go down to 250s, but you put a TD and you get the Tech 2 AB. It's a really good ship, actually. I think it's better than the dual web. I don't know, it just seems a lot more fun to me to fly. I've not really had super great luck with the dual web. Of course, I like to engage the comets and stuff, so I often take fights I shouldn't. This is really good versus other turret-based ships. Moving on. Alright, this is my third fitting for the Firetail that I like to use. It's a dual prop. Tech 2 AB. This works like excellent, especially if you don't like to fly Dramules around, and it is hard to get an engagement at Dramule, and this is an extremely good ship to practice flying like a Dramule. Of course, you don't have any drones, but you know, you have pretty close to the same DPS, and it's actually a little more probably. It's a lot of fun. I have had a lot of engagements in this ship. Sometimes you can get out if stuff gets too hot, or you know, you can catch about anything. It's got a lot of versatility with the dual prop. And I think that's all. Well, that didn't take that long. Next video I'll try to cover the new ones and how I've found to fit them. I'm sure other people like EFT warriors will have probably better fittings. I just generally go from experience and knowledge of the game. But I guess that concludes our third fittings and you video. And please feel free to like, follow, subscribe, leave comments, feedback. And if you want any of these fits, just in-game email me. My character name is Morguetheft, and I'll be glad to share them. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.